guys, this is Literary Minis. This is Sibel at the kill pen before I got her. This was the day I got her. As you can see, she's skinny and overall not really looking well. Over the next couple weeks, she began to slowly look better, and I finally introduced her to my herd. And this is her first time lunging. As you can see, she's looking a little better, but still not quite there. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of her jumping progress. When I first got her, as you can see, she didn't really know how to lunge, so I had to jump over the jumps with her until she learned how to lunge so she could properly jump over jumps with me. As you can see here, she's doing a lot better. This is training to drive, kind of, and then you can see that she's a lot better physically. And she knows how to lunge now and jump properly, and slowly working up. This is a couple months later in December. I made edits for Instagram and I've compiled a bunch of them here. And this is kind of showing her jump progress. This is probably a few months later, sometime in the early spring. As you can see, she's jumping pretty high here. This is her jumping 4 feet, which I did submit to Guinness World Record and they accepted, but the list was too long to get it done, so I just didn't. You can see here in this next picture how high the jump is compared to her. In the next few clips, I'm going to tell you guys how I trained Sabelle how to drive. So, the very first thing that I would do is I would ground train her, like this. I would send her in circles around me and turn her in several different directions to get her used to having someone direct her from behind instead of beside her. As you can see here, she's getting pretty well at the directional changes. Now this step is the second step that I took with training her to drive. I would take a garden gate and I would put a tire on it, as you can see, to have it weighted, and drag it behind her so to get her used to something behind her. The second step I took with her is getting her used to the actual cart behind her. When you teach a horse the basics, it gives them a foundation for future learnings that they may need, and it also makes it easier because they will already have a foundation and an idea of what you're trying to get them to do. That is why I did all this pre-work with her before. Once you feel comfortable enough and you've done enough ground training and dragging the cart with them, you can actually hook them up to the cart. And that's exactly what I did with her. Once I felt comfortable enough to hook her up, I did. And if she ever did spook and take off, I had a little rope attached to the cart, as you can see here. And if she took off, she would go in a circle around me, and I'd be able to hold the cart from flipping if she ever did spook. I hope you can hear in the video that this cart is quite loud, so that really does help in the training. Get them used to the loud noises. Once I did all these steps and got her used to the cart and me and everything else, I felt comfortable enough to get in the cart and go on a cart ride with her. See how quickly she makes this turn? That's what pre-training does. This was a little floof we had in our little training session, but overall she was really good, and she, as you can see, got pats. In the previous videos of me wearing a red jacket, those were actually shot this year. This one was shot about maybe 3 years ago. This was, I think, actually the very first time I hooked her up to the cart and rode her around. As I said before, I believe this video was shot about 3 years ago. I moved to Tennessee about 2 years ago, and she hasn't been hooked up since then. And if you see in this video, I am only wearing one sock. I do not know why. I think it had something to do with the other one got wet. I'm not sure. But yeah, funny tidbit. I'm only wearing one sock. I believe this was after I got that harness and we went out for our first outing. and I took Tilly just to add an added measure of her not freaking out about being away from the other horses. So yeah, that was basically a very condensed version of how I trained Sabelle to drive and her kind of journey along, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching up to this point, and please stay tuned for something special. I am also going to be having a naming contest for both Sibel and Tilly's babies when they are born. So, comment down below what you think they should be named. I don't know the genders yet, so tell me both a filly and a colt name. I am also wanting to follow some more miniature horse or horse YouTube channels, so comment down below who's your favorite and tell me about them, and maybe I'll go follow them. Lastly, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below.
So guys, that is all of my leather tack cleaned. It took me forever and I am exhausted. Hey, what's up? If you guys are new to my channel, it's Literary Minis here. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and like this video and comment. Here's my comment shout out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.